This week on Terd Talks. It's been a rough one.
In memoriam to Frankie.
Frankie, you're cooking! So my butthole's always clenched
Unless you're drunk.
because I'm afraid that somebody is trying to penetrate my butthole at any moment. They're going to come out of nowhere, out of a bush, and try to oil change me. But it was a working title, so we've renamed this segment Sharding with the Stars.
Wow.
Again, and I saw fucking Jimmy Kimmel, and they showed an early picture of Jimmy Kimmel, and his hairline was back to here.
It was wild.
Kind of like mine. And I was like, oh, wait, that's weird because you see him now, and he looks like fucking Teen Wolf.
This is very like Jesse Smollett feeling.
A little juicy Smollett.
Yeah, however you say
A
that.
little juicy. Turd people of the world.
Terd people of the world.
All you shitty boys and girls.
You shitty boys and girls.
Welcome back to another episode of Terd Talks. It's been a sad week this week. We had a bit of a mishap. So, quick story. I was in the yard doing some trimming. The property next to us was completely overgrown. Like, when I mean overgrown, you could not see anything. It was just thick bushes. You couldn't walk through it.
Yeah.
It was blocking the sun. And we planted a row of bushes on our property line. So I was trimming the little bushes because the people next door completely knocked all the trees down. In the matter of a couple days, they just crunched and munched all the trees. So now the property next to us is wide open when before it was a forest.
Yeah.
So I was out there doing a little trim, and I kept hearing a squeak, little. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then finally, I realized it was right in front of me. It was a tiny baby rat, like the size of my thumb, maybe smaller, like little. How many week old was that?
Like 6 or
Maybe
something.
6-week-old rat that we think got separated in the whole destruction of the trees. Anyway, we immediately were like, we got to save this fucking rat. We sprung it because that's who we are, you know? You have a decision. You're staring at this little baby rat, and I'm like, I can leave it, and it will die for sure, or I can try and do something.
Yeah.
So we sprung into action, even though I was fucking dead tired. We jumped up, and she looked up like what to do.
Yeah.
Put it in a little box with a little towel, and then the what's it called place was closed.
That was the problem. The like wildlife animal hospital here, it was closed. So we couldn't, normally we would just bring it there, but they weren't going to be open for like 10 more hours. So we had to help them make it through the night.
Long story short, we leave the house. We get human baby formula because that's the closest to rat formula.
Yeah, they say the
soy-based.
So weird.
We're rat experts now.
Yeah.
We got a little container, ripped up a bunch of paper towel, put him in there, and we were like, come on, we named him Frankie. And I kept saying, oh, you're cooking, Frankie! And he didn't fucking make it. We woke up early the next morning. First thing we did, we have 4 cats, so we couldn't leave them in the house. We had to put them here in Terd Talk Studio. Came out here first thing in the morning, and Frankie was dead. So, moment of silence for Frankie. Oh. We love you, Frankie!
We really loved you, Frank.
We were going to actually adopt a fucking rat. Even though we have
raise
no room for a rat in our lives
At all.
whatsoever.
At all.
With, like I said, 4 cats. It's like the dumbest thing we could have done. But we couldn't leave fucking Frankie.
It felt like he was meant to be ours.
And we've taken on strays before, and it's worked out. But Frankie didn't make it, so we buried Frankie, and so it's been a rough one.
In memoriam to Frankie.
Frankie, you're cooking! Another realization that we made this week was that my butthole is always clenched, and then I asked you about it. And you said your butthole was always clenched too.
I didn't know. Is
And-
that normal?
I hope so.
And like, what do you think that is? Like, are we prepared for something to happen? Is it just the way we stand?
I think it's just fear of maybe something slipping out randomly, you know?
Oh, yes.
Because if you're sitting just with like your butthole pushed out, like completely relaxed to the point where it just doesn't feel right.
I mean, it feels like I'm doing
Yeah,
it feels more forced than squinting my butthole.
Squinting.
As if it's an eye.
Yeah, it's winking at you.
Yeah.
You got to wink your butthole.
It's my third eye, actually. They talk about the third eye. Your third eye is the butthole.
I mean, I don't think about clenching it. I'm just doing it. I do realize, though, sometimes when I drink alcohol, which is very rarely, it makes my butthole unclench.
Interesting.
And I notice it.
Wow.
Yeah. Where I'm like, oh, shit.
It's those inhibitions. Everything is released.
It's not the Hey! It's not because I'm ready for ass sex.
I didn't mean that. I just meant that,
yes, you did.
I didn't at all, actually. So that's what's really funny is I just said...
I know what you meant.
Okay, whatever. I just fell into that one because I didn't mean that at all, but it works. So, haha.
Okay. So my butthole's always clenched.
Unless you're drunk.
Because I'm afraid that somebody is trying to penetrate my butthole at any moment. They're going to come out of nowhere, out of a bush, and try to oil change me.
Damn, dude.
So I'm just ready.
I don't know what my fear is.
Could be years of holding my shits and farts like in school.
Yeah, exactly.
That it's just second nature now.
Yeah.
Always clenched.
It's
Tight
really-
butthole. Like, who says that? What's the guy that always says that? The guy from Workaholics. Tight butthole.
Dang. I don't know.
But you know.
Yes, I know.
The hyper one. The
Yes.
funny hyper one.
Yeah. Adam Devine.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you say his name?
Yeah.
Devine? I don't know.
Divine.
Divine.
You got it. He's divine.
I only know that. I'll tell the folks. Pitch Perfect.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're not from Workaholics.
That was secondary. I learned first about him on Pitch Perfect.
I was just watching his episode of Hot Ones, and there was a cool story about him auditioning for Pitch Perfect, and he said that he went in thinking it was a baseball movie.
Oh my God, that's really funny.
Had no music prepared at all.
That is so fucking funny.
And he went in there and saw a bunch of like hot bro dudes like with their guitars, and he's like, "What the hell is this? It's a baseball movie." And then he finally got in there and realized this is not a baseball movie. And they were like, did you have a song prepared?
Oh my God.
And he didn't. And he just sang along with something on the radio, and it was terrible. And then they're like, no, let's do this. Try this song.
Yeah.
And they're like, you got it. You got the part.
That's an amazing story. That's really interesting because he was so perfect for that role. I mean, it's insane.
He didn't
how
give
funny
a shit.
he was.
It's that kind of confidence sometimes, I think, in an audition that will land you the role.
I think so,
where
too.
you stand out, because all those other guys probably look the exact same, and then he comes out, he's,
Yeah, he's very different.
He's different. He's funny.
Different.
He's funny.
And him with Rebel Wilson, like, made that movie. The two of them, the weird relationship that they had and stuff going on. They were both out of this world
funny. They brought
funny.
the funny.
They were so fucking funny. Yeah. Anyways, so that's great.
Speaking of funny fart stories.
Okay, here we go.
This is a new... We did this bit on the show last time, but it was a working title, so we've renamed this segment Sharding with the Stars. This is another little story that I heard on Hot Ones, because we've been watching Hot Ones. We came to the party like 3 years late on Hot Ones.
Yeah, maybe like 10 years. I don't know.
I don't know how long they've been doing Hot Ones.
I think a really long time.
We fucked that one up. We
Whatever.
just found it.
And I love it.
So we watched the Elijah Wood episode, and he told a great story about how in the first Lord of the Rings movie, when they're running away from Farmer Maggot because they stole his crops, and they run, and there's the edge of the hill, and they all get to the edge, and they bump into each other, and they roll down the hill.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood, when he did the take, he rolled down the hill, they all went splat, and he farted, like, very loud.
Dude, that's so perfect.
And the whole crew laughed, and So now, I mean, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so now every time I see that, I'm just going to laugh. I'm going to think about Frodo landing. And they kind of land on top of each other like a sandwich. Yeah. Sam lands on him, and then the other guy. And so, yeah, I'm just going to think of him farting.
Big old.
While he's got like 3 hobbits on his back.
Tons of mics and everything to really exactly catch the fart.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I love it.
And I think it was very early on in the shooting. Like it was one of the first, in the first couple days. So that's even better.
Yeah, everyone's just getting to know each other.
Yeah, Elijah Wood rips one on set. So that there was a lot of ongoing jokes on that set. Seemed like they had a lot of fun. But the fart joke was,
awesome.
He never lived that one down.
That's legendary.
Clearly, they're talking about it on Hot Ones.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. So it's time for another segment. Let's talk shit. I've been waiting to do this for quite some time.
I'm ready.
We already talk shit on the show all the time, but now we're just kind of we've named it, and we're gonna put like a minute here on the clock.
Yeah, create a sacred space for talking shit.
And we're just gonna rapid fire talk shit.
Let's go.
Okay, let's see here. And today's topic is hair transplants. Okay?
Okay.
Ready? Go. So, every dude in Hollywood now has a hair transplant. Anyone, like any actor you can think of. It's bullshit. It's bullshit because now all of us are sitting at home thinking, what the fuck? You know, they have this perfect hairline, and it's like everyone you can think of. Matt Damon, Jude Law, like literally everybody has.
Every man.
Yeah.
Every man.
And then, because we were watching Hot Ones again, and I saw fucking Jimmy Kimmel, and they showed an early picture of Jimmy Kimmel, and his hairline was back to here.
It was wild.
Kind of like mine. And I was like, oh, wait, that's weird, because you see him now, and he looks like fucking Teen Wolf. His hairline is in the middle of his forehead, and it's like as luscious as you've ever seen Steve Carell on The Office. It's happened to so many dudes, and it gives this perception of, like, if you have a receding hairline or if you have a bald spot, which, like, hey, it's coming. Like, mine's coming.
Yeah.
You're ugly, and you're old, and you're a piece of shit.
I agree, and I think it's fucking bullshit, and I love bald men, and I think men should embrace their baldness, and I like beards, so what the fuck is wrong with it? I commend all the
men who just went to the shave.
Fuck this shit!
And that's a minute. Okay.
That felt great.
I had a lot more to get out, but that felt good.
That felt good.
Like, now I have to let that go.
Yep. We have talked shit.
Will I get hair plugs one day? I don't think so. I've never been the type to care enough.
They look so bizarre, too, when you get them done.
I think now, though, it's like if you're a man in Hollywood and you're on television or you're on screen, even like the sports announcer guys, like if you're on camera, you have to have a luscious, full head of hair.
Huh, yeah.
It can be salt and pepper.
I mean,
what do you got here? You just doing a little twirly twirl?
Caleb!
What?
These are what the girls are doing now.
Oh, okay.
You're supposed to just have like...
Well, you were yanking on
extra
it.
Pieces. I was making sure that my extra pieces, my face framing pieces were out and about.
Oh, it's a face framer, huh?
Now I'm incredibly embarrassed, and I probably look like a weirdo.
Well, see,
girls know, like we work so hard to look great, and then you look at the camera later, and you're like, "Wow, I look bizarre as fuck."
If you put that in a hair curler, you'd look like a Hasidic.
Yeah, I'm Orthodox.
Yeah,
don't fuck with me.
Her mom still sometimes thinks that I'm Orthodox. She asks if I'm kosher, even though I've been to her house and I've eaten ham at her house and I was like, this is the best ham I've ever had. Yeah. I love it.
All my mom eats is pork, and then you eat it too.
Yeah,
and then
the bean, she makes the beans with the pork and like all the like southern food, which I love it all.
I know.
It's funny that she's still like,
I don't really know what planet she lives on. Like, it's very selective, her realities, and so I'm sorry that you've...
It's okay. It's honestly funny to me.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people have asked me that.
Yeah. But the way she asked me was, is Caleb a kosher?
A kosher.
I said.
It
really was.
Anti-Semitic.
That's what I was like. I don't know if our families should ever hang out.
Just kosher, Mom. Not don't say a kosher.
You literally have no idea what the fuck you were saying. But
That's
okay.
funny as hell.
Yeah. That's great. It's really, really great.
But seriously, though, about the receding hairline, I really commend actors, comedians, musicians that have decided to just say, you know what, I'm just going to cut it short, like Murr on Impractical Jokers. Like, he's not going to get hair plugs at this point.
I am who I am.
I mean,
Bill Burr.
Yeah. I respect that shit. Aging is a natural process of life.
Yeah.
For us to try to keep, like, cheating and doing all this crap, I just don't think it's normal.
I think bald dudes are hot.
You do?
Yeah, Terry Crews and shit. Like,
well, he's like cue ball.
I mean, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, every
Vin Diesel,
woman on this
like,
earth wants to have a bejingle time with him.
Yeah.
A jingle jangle time.
Yeah. I think
Even my mom.
Dude, your mom actually loves him more than anyone I've ever met in my life.
She won't shut up about it.
If we bring him up, game over.
Oh, The Rock.
Dwayne The Rock?
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Oh, she smells it.
Yeah, she's on a daily basis. She's smelling that. Oh, Lord. I never knew what he was cooking, though. I mean, I don't think anybody ever figured it out. It was the question of the times. Like, what is The Rock cooking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably pig, some pork. Delicious.
He's not a kosher.
No. So, I went completely out of order.
It's okay.
I had all the numbers, and then
People don't know.
Well, they do now.
Now they know.
They can see the confusion on my face. They're wondering why, and I figured I'd just come clean and tell them. I fucked it up again. But we're going into That's My Shit. Another new segment.
Cool.
And I wanted to talk about Halloween movies because we got Halloween coming up this next week, whatever. And we have our Halloween episode, which I'm looking forward to.
Hell
but
yeah.
Every year we kind of have our movies that we do when it comes to like October-y, fall time. We have our Christmas movies that we love to watch. My favorite Jewish Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And then, the rest of the year is just like whatever.
Yeah.
But this is the time where we have our traditions. And October for a lot of people is Halloween, like scary movies stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm about it.
But yeah, you like the scary stuff. I'm not so much about the horror movies, about the grabbing under the bed and the moments.
Right.
But I do like Halloween themed movies. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
That are like appropriate to watch on Halloween, but
Yeah.
aren't necessarily a scary movie.
Yes.
All right, so what is your shit for Halloween movies?
For me personally, it doesn't feel like Halloween if I haven't seen either Halloween Town or Hocus Pocus. I'm just being honest. Those were my movies as a kid, and I just really associate, I just feel like they're real. I feel like they're based on a true story, and I just love it. Like, this is my Christmas, is Halloween, so I am fucking excited.
I really have always loved Nightmare Before Christmas, even though it's Christmas. It's really a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
That's been one of my favorites forever, but also Donnie Darko.
We just watched that, so that was perfect.
It's a killer movie.
Yeah.
It's like kind of creepy and weird, but also
really
just a
was.
really good movie.
Yeah.
Perfect for Halloween time.
I remember I looked up and added them to our list the other day. A couple that really spoke to me were like October Sky.
But that's an October movie, but there's no Halloween in that.
I know.
Isn't that about NASA?
Yeah.
And, birds and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's...
Okay. I'll get back to the
you know what?
Halloween.
That's your shit. So
I was just saying,
that's
it's
your shit.
October. It's time to watch October Sky. But yeah, you're right. Halloween.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, yes.
That's my shit.
I know you fuck with that. Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, great.
That's my shit.
James and the Giant Peach.
You know what? Yes.
That counts. I
It's-
feel like that's what we would watch in school on Halloween.
It's Halloweeny.
It is.
It was scary.
Had a weird
It
vibe.
had a weird.
The
creepy
peach is
vi-
kind of like a pumpkin.
And those little creatures were scary.
Fuck yeah,
The
they
spider
were.
and
Yeah,
the-
the worm and.
I'll give you that.
Thank you. I'm out there.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Ghosts. Oh, it's everything ghosts and ghouls and the Mummy. Good one.
Stop. I love Mommy. I love. Okay. Now I'm getting. All right, I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
Halloween.
So okay, anything with witches, I'm down.
Witches.
The Craft.
That's your shit.
Teen Witch.
That's your shit.
What is the one with
Stranger Things.
Sandra
That's
Bullock?
my shit.
Dude, yeah.
I love Stranger Things on Halloween. Anyway.
What are other? Oh, the Goonies could probably be.
Goonies.
Yeah. This is fun. See, it's all the fun stuff.
It is.
Even like Little Mermaid, like fuck it. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
okay.
You lost me there. Ghouls.
I know, but like,
Ghouls.
okay, what about
Skeletons.
Twilight? Vampires.
Yes. Vampires.
Vampires.
Ghouls.
Arr.
Yeah. Ghosts. Like
Ugh.
Ghostbusters. It's a ghost.
Casper.
Yeah. Okay. I think they got it.
I know. It's just when I finally get it right, I get excited.
But some of those, I bet you forgot. Because they're not Halloween movies, but they're perfect. They encapsulate the feeling of Halloween.
Yeah, it's the time. Thank you.
Also,
That was fun.
with Donnie Darko, they have like the party at the end where
Yes.
everyone dresses up.
Yes. Sorry.
I was going to say, I just popped in my head Karate Kid when they had the Halloween thing. And everyone's,
Dude.
the skeletons, costumes.
Good point. What else? This is
That's
fun.
That's all I got right now. But that's our shit.
Yeah.
And we're going to be watching a couple of those coming up. I would also say superhero movies.
Absolutely. That's why I said
Like
mermaid.
any-
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can, they're make believe.
You can dress up as a mermaid.
Yeah, it's a big Halloween costume.
Yeah.
I know.
You just really want that to be on the list.
I just
and
want you
I'm
to
gonna let you have it.
approve me.
I'm going to let you have that one.
Thank you.
I got to look this up again real quick because I was just, farting my way into this episode.
Oh, okay.
This next bit I'm really excited about. I've been waiting for like a whole week since the last episode.
Tell me.
Different terms for farts.
Okay, I'm excited.
It's like 30 slang words
Yeah.
for farts. We won't do all 30 of them. I'm just going to kind of go through and pick my favorite ones. All right. Number 1, air biscuit.
That's so weird.
And according to Green's Dictionary of Slang, that's an extremely malodorous fart or belch.
Wow.
So it's an extreme fart.
Wow.
An air-
Malodorous.
I don't even know if I pronounced that right.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Air biscuit. And I'm going to start using a lot of these because I need to widen my vocabulary.
Me too.
Fart is just so boring. I need to start using some other, we got all these great terms in history. All right. Number 2, bottom burp.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of like for
A kid.
kids.
Yep.
A fartic or a fartkin. And it means a small act of breaking wind. It's from the early 1900s. So a fartkin is just a little.
fartkin. Sorry, just a bit.
Oh, excuse me, that was just a little fartkin.
Pardon, just a fart.
I let a fartkin slip.
like
Pardon, it was a fartkin.
Pardon the fart.
Pardon the fartkin. Oh.
Scar.
Scar!
If you're a woman, you're killed. I don't know.
A one-cheek squawk.
That's pretty funny.
That's good.
Yeah.
A buffoon.
Oh.
It's a 40s term for a stench,
That's
especially
funny.
a fart.
I didn't know that originally meant that.
Sometimes also a puffoon.
Okay. I love when words like change meaning.
Yeah.
So when you call
You're
someone
a
a buffoon,
you're a
like
fart.
yeah, you're a stinky
You're a
fart.
stinky fart, yeah.
That's
Again,
great.
I'm going to start using that word all
I
the
love
time.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Your buffoonery.
Puffoon, right? Is the other?
Yeah, puffoon or a buffoon.
Puffoon.
Classic. Cut the cheese. We all know it. Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Because it stinks.
A breezer. It's a 1920s term for an open-topped car, and also an early 70s Australian term for a fuck. A brazier. Fuck, mate, you did quite a brazier.
What?
The Australian ones are my favorite.
They are so fun. Everything they say is so fun.
To get to say it with the accent.
Yeah.
Fucking breezer.
Fucking brazier.
Stinks like a fucking breezer. Here's some English ones that are like very fancy.
Okay.
A raspberry tart.
So the queen would be like,
A horse and cart. And a doily cart.
oh, doily card, you silly fuck.
They just love to rhyme everything.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was English. Okay, moving on.
Those colonizers.
No. Oh, a trump.
Oh, that's funny.
A trump. This dates back to the 15th century.
That's so funny.
And
I'll look at a Trump sign differently now.
It's derived from the sound of a trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes total sense.
Yeah, it does.
So Trump is
Yeah.
he's a fart.
Yeah, when people are saying
His name means fart. Donald Fart.
oh, like
Donald
Trump
J.
2024, fart 2024.
Mhm.
Like, there you go. I love it.
Foist.
Ew. Ew.
Early 1600s, and it was used to describe something that smelled less than fresh.
I bet. Yeah, I get that.
It sounds like that.
Ugh,
Foist.
that made me kind of sick. I don't like that one.
All right, moving on. We're not. There was more to that, but I'm not even gonna.
Woo.
Say. This makes you sick. All right. Fizzle.
I fizzle them out.
Yo, I got a fizzle. Fizzle my nizzle.
Or is it like a verb? Like
Fizzle my
it fizzled.
Fizzle my nizzle.
Fizzle.
If only Snoop knew that all the times he was saying fizzle fizzle that he was talking about farts.
Maybe he did.
Shizzle is probably a shit, and then a fizzle is a fart. So shizzle my nizzle.
Yeah.
You know.
And then what was
shit
that
on
other?
my brother. Shit on my sister.
Oh God.
Shit on my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of this song. It came out when I was in 6th grade. And it sounded like a fart. Snoop. Yeah, what's the lyric?
I don't know.
Wow. My brain. Well, people at home will know it, and then I think it's like a play on fart. Anyways.
Fizzle on my nizzle. Pratt wins. Pratt. You hear that? Oh, you fucking Pratts. Gordon Ramsay, you Pratts.
Oh, he says that?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's another Britishism.
I haven't heard that.
You haven't heard Pratt?
I don't think so.
Great word, but I didn't know it meant fart.
Chris Fart.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, this is great. It's the 16th century British slang for buttocks. So wid is a cant word meaning to speak or to tell or to lie. So the phrase for breaking wind, Pratt wids, W-H-I-D-S, wids. Pratt wids
Okay, that's cool.
is buttocks speaks.
Oh.
Or like your ass is lying.
Wow.
Your ass is telling a lie.
Wow.
So that's Pratt wids.
That's weird.
I don't.
No, my butt's telling the truth.
Pratt wids. Egads.
Yeah, it sounds like you'd shout that in a courtroom or something.
That one does not roll off the tongue whatsoever, and
It's
I can
really
see
weird.
why that one
It just
faded away.
Didn't last.
The Brits were like, "No, Pratt wids, man, Pratt wids," and
Pratt wins.
we were all like, "Nah, that's
Nah.
not funny."
No.
A tail scutter is an Irish term for a fart. Oh, it's a tail scutter. Did you just freeze?
I did.
Oh, it's myself, a tail scutter. I've
That's like
picturing myself in the Irish countryside,
kinda-
letting wind of a tail scutter.
I saw myself there, like with people saying that. It made me laugh.
Farting away.
Yep.
I mean, I just like that other countries have words for
It's
fart.
great.
Yeah.
And for centuries, we've been talking about farts.
I mean, we've been farting. We be farting since the dawn of time.
Yeah. Can you imagine
Since the dawn of
caveman
man.
farts? Woo.
Raw meat.
They would literally eat rocks. That's why we had an appendix.
Rim slide. Sounds dirty. This is a prison slang term. No wonder it's so dirty. This is some prison shit.
Oh.
So it was a term from the 80s for a silent but foul-smelling fart. A rim slide.
Stealthy. And
Like, man, you got one of them. You just let one of them rim slides go, man. I can smell it. Now I'm gonna stab you,
what the
motherfucker.
fuck?
Now you dead, motherfucker.
Prison in the 80s letting
Rim slides.
rim slides, Slim Jim slides.
You're done. You're done.
You're dead. A bum crack.
Okay, that's funny.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah. You crack of the crack of the bum.
Yep. Cracking a joke. A rouser. That's in the 1700s.
Okay.
Jonathan Swift used it memorably in his 1731 poem, Strephon and Chloe.
No way.
He boldly sent his hand in quest, inspired with courage from his bride, to reach the pot on other side. As if he'd filled the reeking vase, let fly a rouser in her face.
Oh my god. That's nuts. What the fuck?
A rouser.
Oh, okay.
All right, orange banana. It's technically a slang term for a fart. So, it's not a slang term for a fart, but it's toot adjacent. So it's the flaring effect produced by breaking wind next to a lit match.
Okay. Huh.
So we call it a blue flame.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They call it, I guess with a match, it's an orange banana. With a lighter, it's a blue flame.
So weird.
A Bronx cheer.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's really fun.
Yeah. There was more, but we'll get to the other ones next time because you got to leave some to be desired.
We're going to learn and learn.
But I'm going to start using a couple of those for sure.
Yes, I have to.
Rouser.
Rim slider.
A rouse. That's the one you like. You sick fuck.
Prison shit. Let's go.
That's pretty sick.
Yep. Thank you. Sick is my middle name.
So I had a question for you this week that popped in my head, and I almost asked you earlier, but I was like, no, I got to save this.
I've been dying to know.
I was writing a check this week.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, I asked him, what's the date? Yeah. And then I was writing the check. And almost every time I do this, and this is embarrassing, I have to go January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October.
Okay.
And then I'm like, all right, 10,
Yeah.
23, whatever. But do you know the months?
Yes.
Of course you do. Why'd I even bother asking? So you just know, like what's April?
4.
When did you learn that? Who taught you that? Or did that just become something that you just inherently were like, okay, January 1, February 2?
I think being in public school and having to do so much busy work, like all it was like paperwork. And then I was in college for like 6 or 7 years doing paperwork. Like all I've ever done in my life is write my first and last name and then the date on a piece of paper every day of my life.
Well, every day of my life,
Yeah.
I've been doing this. I swear. I just don't. And it makes sense because I don't know what fucking time it is or what month it is or you know me.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on ever.
Oddly, I think being into astrology too helps because I'm like always thinking about the months and like where they are in the year when I'm reading about like dumb zodiac shit. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, I can't be the only one out there. So if
I know
someone is
you aren't,
listening to
yeah.
this and they do this thing, fucking comment or do something to make me feel better right now because I'm not feeling so great about myself.
It's all good. It's all good. I think I actually like
get there
love the
eventually.
calendar. I'm a weirdo. You know that about me. I like.
Logan, I know if you're listening, I know you're with me, man.
There you go. There's your one person.
Oh, shit. All right, so it's time for Turd of the Week. This one, it wasn't a turd this week, but we're going to go for it anyway. So this week's Turd of the Week is Hasan Minhaj.
Okay.
And the reason Hasan Minhaj is in some hot water right now is because he was caught telling some jokes where he embellished the truth like quite a bit in his comedy specials. All right.
Okay.
So in 2017, he said in one of his jokes that his prom date refused to go to prom with him right before because his parents didn't want her to be seen going with a, quote, brown boy.
Okay.
And that was not true. And the woman ended up he was like not at all, discreet about trying to hide her identity or her name.
Oh, okay.
And this lady got like hate mail.
Oh my God.
And messages.
Yeah.
And her life was essentially ruined.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even true.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Really
She
bad.
said no to him days before
Oh my God.
because he was a douche and she didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Not because he was brown or her parents
That's so
just
weird.
thought he was too brown or
Yeah.
whatever the case was. And then he did another joke where he was saying that he had some guy that he thought was an FBI agent infiltrate his mosque, and the guy eventually slammed him against a car and this and that, and that wasn't true either.
This is very like Jesse Smollett feeling.
A little juicy Smollett.
Yeah, however you say
A
that.
little juicy. And then another joke he made was that he received anthrax in the mail, and it like sprinkled on his baby, and they had to like rush to the hospital.
What the fuck?
Apparently, he actually did get a mailed a letter of anthrax, but he never opened it.
Okay.
So we all know.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of comedians. We love the comedy club.
Yeah.
We've had comedians on the show, had great conversations with them, and we all know comedians embellish the truth all the time.
Right.
That's just kind of
The point. Yeah.
Yeah. When I hear a joke, I know that I could say probably 90% of it is embellished
Right.
and made up.
Right.
For the sake of the punchline, you're going to have to fill in some blanks because no one's life is really that fucking interesting.
Right.
And I think that's kind of the job of the comedian, is to be able to see something like kind of small, a little truth or a little joke, and be able to build and,
Totally.
make it a big thing.
Totally.
That being said, though, I think if you're doing it to make somebody laugh, that's one thing. If you're doing it to make somebody feel or think about something, like in a political or social way, I think that's a little different, because then you're tugging on people's heartstrings.
Yeah, the content there is a little touchy to be lying and being so, yeah.
When it gets to racial kind of things. And there have been other comedians that have lied
Yeah.
about their past and about dating and, with all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
But I think the problem that people had with Hasan was that the jokes, it was the context of the joke.
Yeah, the topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
And he was
embellish anything. Yeah. But it's a little
maybe
weird.
trying to get people to see, I don't know, his situation a little bit differently.
Yeah, I don't like. It's manipulative.
It's a little bit manipulative. So
yeah. It's very weird. It in an odd way, it reminds me. I think it was David Muir, the journalist, who lied like 10 years ago. Well, his whole career he lied, but 10 years ago they like caught him. He said that he was a veteran. And he's like a big time ABC News journalist, and like would be in these places abroad and would be like talking like as if, all these things were true.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't. And it is very awkward when everyone finds out and is like, bro, why would you go that far? Why would you go that far? Like,
I would say, he's a comedian, so again, we expect it to an extent, but with the anthrax joke with the baby, like, I think that you're taking it a little too far.
And he wanted people to really,
you know what I mean?
feel for him and think that it was real, like have sympathy.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
It was just like the joke could have been done
without that.
Could have been funny. You could still hit the joke without the baby getting sprinkled with anthrax.
It's really weird. It's really weird.
At the same time, we've roasted Hasan Minhaj. We've called him a turd. I just want to say, out of like the spectrum of bad things that like the turds and douches of the week we've had on the show, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
Especially
Very
when
true.
he came on New York, whatever, and he apologized and he said, yes, it is an embellishment of the truth. He called it emotional truths. I didn't really like that. But listen, he fucking...
Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah.
He fessed up and was like, that's not true. And I think now that he's held accountable and that lady can have some peace in her life where it's like, listen, I'm not a racist.
Yeah, poor lady.
The
God.
poor lady's been living in fear.
Yeah.
I think now it's okay. Hasan Minhaj, so the whole reason this whole thing started is because 2 days ago they were like, he's out of the running for the job on Daily Show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was very much in the running for taking Trevor Noah's spot on that, and he's out because of all this.
Damn.
So be careful what you say, man. You can
never
embellish
know.
the truth as a comedian. You can make shit up, but don't do it to make people feel bad for you.
Yeah. It's just weird.
There was another example. I think it might have been Richard Pryor where he embellished a little bit on his upbringing and people got upset about it. It happens.
It happens.
But just we're there to laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No need
Just,
for all that.
You know, we're not trying to like fucking Chappelle. Don't get up there and do your grandstanding horse shit and do some sort of Abe Lincoln style speech. Like I don't need that.
Do that on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm there for the ha-has.
Yeah, exactly.
Strictly for the ha-has.
Yeah.
And I think everyone in the audience feels the same way.
Yep.
If you're not making us laugh, get the fuck off the stage. Well, I think that might be it for this week. You got anything else you wanted to tell the folks? Oh, yeah, so we have Nathan Wallace coming on the show next week for the second time. He's our first...
Let's go.
He's our first repeat guest, so we're happy to have him back. And he just came... We didn't come out with... He's in the process of filming a little Halloween special video.
Hell yeah.
So we'll have him on. He'll be able to tell you more about that.
I'm excited. Halloween.
And as the great Mark Twain once said, fart like nobody's watching. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week for Halloween.